A few years ago, I was on a work trip and something happened that changed my view of love and care. And what triggered this is I was listening to a video that Jackie Hill Perry did. And she mentioned 1 Peter 5 verse, I want to say 6 and 7, where it says, cast your cares on the Lord because he cares for you. And she said something around God doesn't just love you, he cares for you. And when she said that, it brought me back to the work trip moment. And on this work trip, we had members from her team flying to, I want to say it was to Orlando. They came in from all over, and we were just out that night. We were dancing and we were just having a good time. Whether you was married, single, in a relationship, it didn't matter. We were just all dancing. But there was this one particular gentleman that was on the dance floor, and he was dancing by himself. I noticed that he didn't get too close to anyone. He was just dancing. The music was good. He was just dancing by himself. But out of nowhere, there was a woman, another team member, walked over and started to get close to him. And I remember he walked away and he said, I care for my wife too much to hurt her. And I was like, and it stuck with me. And the reason why it stuck with me was because he said, I care for my wife too much to hurt her. And in my mind, I was like, he didn't say love. He didn't say love. And I remember I kept saying to myself, when I went back to my room, it was still on my mind. When I got home from my work trip, I shared it with my dad because that's how much it got to me. I don't know if anybody else heard it. It didn't matter. I heard it and it stuck with me. So after I got home from the work trip, I shared it with my dad and I said, Dad, this happened. I told him of the story that happened, but I said what stuck out to me, he didn't say he loved his wife. He said he cared for his wife. And my dad said this. He said, Sharika, he's right. He's right. And my dad said, I don't take your mother to work every morning because I love her. I do it because I care for her. If something happens, I don't want anything to happen to her, so I take her to work. He said, there are a lot of things I could have done in my lifetime, but I didn't, because I always consider how it would affect your mother. And he said, that's not because of love, that's out of care. And I'm like, okay. And I'm listening, and my dad kept going, and he said, look at people who cheat on their spouse. And he said, they cheat and still say they love the other person. And he said, you can love a person and still harm them. But if you care about a person, you wouldn't, because when that person hurt, you also hurt. And I'm like, Dad, what? And he just kept on talking and giving an example. And he said, a man could abuse his wife and still say, I love you. Right? But if he cared for his wife, he would never abuse her. So he said, it's not that love is not good, is that love without care is, I think he said love without care, I forgot the word he used, but he said it's pretty much like love without care will hurt, or will be bad. Love without care is bad. And I just remember that rested with me for years. Since 2017, it rested with me. So when I hear Jackie Hill Perry just mention this verse, and says, God don't just love you, God cares for you, it stuck with me, because that is so beautiful. Because I know, because God cares for me, He wants the best for me. God wants the best for me. And if you look at God from that lens and you say, God cares for me, so He is doing everything He can to ensure that I am good, that I am protected, that I am loved, that I have joy, that I have peace. Like, He did everything to ensure that I am okay. He doesn't want me to have a life of pain. And that stuck with me. So besides just casting all your cares on God, whether anxiety, depression, worry, whatever you may be going through, cast all of your cares. Like, throw all of your cares on God, on Him. And why? Because He cares for you. He doesn't want to hurt you. He doesn't want to see you hurting. So He said, throw it at me. Throw it at me. So today, I just want to encourage you to throw all your cares at God, because He cares for you. He cares for you. That's that. But that was beautiful, and it's a beautiful reminder. So, for you, take that. All right, bye.